Welcome to the channel Let's Go Detecting. In my previous films, I've shown you my go-to holdall of choice, which is a GSR, haversack used by the British military. And for various reasons, it's strong, robust, cheap, and it's got a lid. However, I found there were a few limitations at a recent dig that didn't come to light any other time at the beach. And I also noticed a stall there for Relics, which is a company that makes apparel for detecting. And I have also looked online, and there's the Coffee Bush Kid who is now using one. And I thought to myself, you know what, that bit of kit looks great. So I am now the proud owner of one such bit of item. This is the Relix Finds Pouch XL. And I'm going to take you through this in detail. I'll also be showing you later on in the film it in use in the field in Lincolnshire. So let's crack on.
Okay, so this is the Relix XL Finds Bag. As you can see, it's loaded with my stuff. So first off, you've got this where the strap goes through, or the waist belt goes through, and you can put your MCMD card in there. I then have 2 brushes, a water bottle, space there to put my radio in until it's clipped on. I have my tap box, a cloth. Now I'm considering attaching this with a carabiner to one of the spare D-ring holes that are here. At the moment I have the pinpointer connected to one and a brush connected to the other. So I'll see about doing that later on. In the front pocket I have the finds box and, just for storage purposes, my gloves. Now the bottom of this bag is fully mesh, so all mud, dirt, water falls out. Hence I'm not too worried about having a lid. The good thing about this bag, I know a few others that do this, is the wire inserted in the opening, so you can shape it to how you want this bag to feel. So if you want to close it up, pinch it in, squeeze together, and it's closed. Open it out, and it stays open. It doesn't fall back on itself, which is really good. Then there's a separate mesh pocket there on the inside, and then finally on the outside you have another slidey pocket. I've got a zip bag in there, and then at the front you have a zippable pouch, probably for putting in things like your keys or wallet, but I wear a vest so I don't worry about that. On the side you've got a slot for the pinpointer, and on the other side is an elasticated pocket that you can put a bottle of water in there. So a water bottle can happily sit in there, or you can store your gloves or anything in there if you want to store that you can take in and out and use. So that's the bag. So you'll see later on how I get on with it in the field. The settings I'm using today on the Noxa Legend. Well, first off, I'm running, as you can see, the LG24 coil, which is great for bashing through some of this little stubble. Coverage is less than some of the bigger coils, but target separation is just superb. As for settings, software is 1.17, the latest software. If you haven't got it, I recommend you really do upload it to your machine. Stability is incredibly improved by it. And so I'm in, as you can see, hopefully you can see there, I'm in M1 on field. I'm running sensitivity at 25, and it's not chattering or bleeping too much at all. I have my recovery at 5. I've got my IF at 1, stability at 3, well I might drop that down to 2 because it's quite stable at the moment. Bottle cap 0, GS is 0, and I've got DT set at 3. I'm running 6 tones, which I've got my own personal sort of frequencies on, that's what I like, and everything else is running pretty standard. So it's a lovely day in the field. I found an old penny, 3 decimal. I didn't get that on camera unfortunately, which is really a shame. And a little bit of a brooch, which I have got on camera. I say brooch, it could be anything really. I haven't really worked at it yet. So that's what I'm running, and I've got to say, this machine, for its money, you can't go wrong. You really can't. You could spend an absolute fortune on other brands, which are equally as great machines and specialise in own little areas, but as Americans say, bang for your buck, You cannot go wrong with the current legend. And I'll see you at the next target, if the detecting gods are on side. $27, fully over on the non-ferrous. Fairly consistent. Let's give it a go, see what we get. Well, we're out. Still showing 26, 27. Let's see what we get. Got to say, the new bag is working quite well. Right, it's in this bit here. Right, we're not getting the dirt, which is good, but I think it's a bit of trash. Or is it? That might be interesting. That could be quite interesting. I'll defer to the other guys what they think that could be, because I haven't got the glasses on properly. Okay, I'll come back to you on that one and let you know what it is. Okay, so I've got a signal here, 23, full on the non-ferrous side, consistent 23, 24, quite shallow. Let's give it a go, see what we find. In fact, the soil is so easy to dig here, very sandy. We're still in the hole. Might be in the sidewall there, let's go a bit more. Still 23. The ferro bar has totally disappeared now. Right, put that down. Let's go for some deep digging. Oh, we're out. Just there. Right, pinpoint time. So let's see what we get now. Here we go. Well, it's not going dirt, so that's a bonus. Let's see if you can see this. See that bit there? Yep. Ooh, what we got? Oh, it's a shotty. Oh well. After all that, another bloody shotty. Well, never mind. A find is a find is a find. Okay, so another signal. Kind of fairly scratchy. Signal 21, 22, but consistent all the way around. Well, getting no iron grunts, but I'm getting no ferrous readings either, or non-ferrous readings. So let's break the soil, see what we get. We're out. Definitely out. Right, let's see what we find. Just the acupoint on. Oh my goodness, that really is tiny. at that little thing there. Oh well. Shows you how good the LG24 coil is. It would suck up a little thing like that. But it's going in the tap box, which you can see has got a fair few items of an interest. So I'll back through the hole. Well, in fact, before I back through the hole, I'll do the obligatory check of the hole. Still saying something there. No, put up the spade. Right, there we go. I'll clear that up and on to the next one. Didn't take long. A screamer of a signal. As you can see, showing fully non-ferrous. Let's give that a dig, see what we've got. Alright, let's carefully pry some of the soil away. There we go, we're out. Let's see what we've got. It's in my hand. Guess what? After all that, it's another shotty. Now the guys I'm out with have all been saying the same today, that these shotties today are ringing up unusually weird numbers. Whether it's a soil, who knows? But I've had them ranging from 28s, 19s, 40s, who knows? Oh well, I'll fill the hole up and on to the next one. Oh, not too deep, full ferro. Let's give it a go. It's another smokeless shotty. Oh well, these are ringing up at numbers where you've got to dig, so never mind, to the next one. Okay, so we got the ground and out the ground, but it is a button, quite a big button though, so that'll be an interesting one to look into. But hey, happy with that. Okay, let's see what we get on this one. If I can get it out of the sound. Right there, 23, 22, fully non-ferrous. Let's see what we get.
Roy, get across there. Mark's found a gold hammy.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll run across. Bloody shotgun. Never mind. Right, let's stop recording that and go see this gold hammy.
What a great coin. We need to get some idea on that, see if someone can help us out. But we're not seeing...
After that, a gold coin, I think I'm going to move my location from over there to over there and see if that gives me anything other than shotgun cartridges and the occasional button. That said, I have had an absolute blast today. This is beautiful ground to detect on. The Nocta's knocking it out of the park. Yeah, no, I've got much else to say really. Okay, yeah, the finds bag. Well, let's have a look at the finds bag. So if I dismount the camera, if I can get my fingers to do it. There we go. Right. So the finds bag, and that's how it works. In the field, I've got nothing in that one apart from the zip bag. A decent finds box is there. Tap box there, brush and cloth, water bottle, and some brushes. The drinks bottle was there, but that's been drunk and there's now rubbish in there, and a pinpointer. But the actual bag itself has been amazingly comfortable to wear, and it hasn't slipped, hasn't made the trousers fall down. And also the vest. This is the setup I've got on the rig on the vest. Again, equally comfortable, very nice to wear, and it takes a load off the belt of what you would be carrying. So there's a legend, there's a spade, this is the rest of the field, and I'm going to get some more digging done. See ya on the next signal.
Well, there we go. That was my day in the field. Once I did move the location, it was again a few shotties, a couple of the small buttons, and a bit of alloy tat. But the day was drawing to a close, and it was time for us to think about getting home. So we left that field and just tried to throw back to the cars. One thing I did notice though, when you're wearing your heavy gloves, because in the field you kind of need to protect your fingers, my finds box was causing a bit of a problem. These clips are great if you're on the beach and you've got the thin gloves on, but I couldn't get my fingers underneath, and it kept obviously taking the gloves off and stuff. So what I'm going to do is, if you can see underneath there, where the little cutout, some thin paracord, so you just pull it and they'll both pop out together. And I'll do the same on this on the two side ones as well, just put little ring pulls there to pull them up. Worth a try. This is only a couple of quid off Teemu, so we'll see how that goes. So you can see what I've got. I will take a picture and add that to the end, but just as a offset, a nice little bit of find was a bit of a Georgian buckle, military button, and a rather large but toasted pre-decimal penny. Did have a few other little items that were interesting, but mostly buttons. So I will put a picture of my finds on the screen so you can see in detail what I had. Alright then guys, it was a brilliant day in the field. I look forward to the next one. The bag, well yeah, the bag. This really is a great bit of kit. What I'm going to do though is, where I've got the 4 D-rings, to that side, to this side, is I'm going to get my brush, drill a hole through, put some paracord on and a carabiner clip and clip it to the side there. Just makes it easy to get, unclip it, brush, clip it back on, and away you go. That's the only thing I really noticed, just little things like that, just make life easier as you go through with the items of the kit. Well, again, thanks for watching guys. Do me a solid, hit the like, hit the subscribe. There's going to be some more content coming soon, so just keep tuned. And if you're out and about, happy hunting guys. All right, take care now. Ta-da.
Bye.